Hello everyone, Shoryuken here, back with another video, and this time we're talking about Capcom Fighters Collection, or Capcom Fighting Collection, I should say. It finally came out. I've been playing with it for quite a while, and I absolutely love it. So this is just a rundown and review of what I think about the title and the game, and just honestly what I'm hoping for in the future. So without being said, before we get into it, if you do like Capcom content, then please think about subscribing and liking. It would be greatly appreciated and would help a lot. Thank you so much. So, as I said before, Capcom Fighting Collection has come out and it is awesome. I love it, love it, love it, love it. It's a Capcom Fighting Collection, just what it is, a collection of fighting games from Capcom during the 90s. It's got all of the Darkstalker games, even the ones that did not come over here, which I believe are about two of them that stayed in Japan. It has Pocket Fighters, it has Cyberbots, it has Hyper Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I'm sorry. It has Super Puzzle Fighter, and it has Red Earth or Warzard as it's known in Japan. Now, this collection is well done. Really, really well done. Right away, you boot it up. I love the design, the look. I love the menu. It's really easy to navigate. It's really easy to navigate all the titles, and also I love how you can change each version of the game to either be the Japanese version or the North American version. So you think, why would this be important? Well, it's not really important, but in some cases, like Red Earth, the Japanese version is labeled or titled something differently. It's called Warzard, and same thing with Pocket Fighter and Super Gem Fighter, right? Pocket Fighter is what it's named in Japan, while here it was actually called Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix. So that's really about it. And aside from the text itself also being in Japan, or Japanese, I should say, which, I mean, unless you read Japanese, I don't think you would want to do that. That's essentially that feature. Oh, also, by the way, though, I did hear that Hyper Street Fighter 2 Turbo on here actually has that glitch that was in the arcade boards back in the day, whereas the US version or North American version is ridiculously hard, and the Japanese version is actually the easier version of the two. So if you want to play that game without getting your butt kicked, I suggest switching to the Japanese version unless you are a pro. Now, I love how each title, of course, has a gallery, right? There's a gallery collection, and they do relate or correlate to each title, right? So you go through the games, and whether it be Pocket Fighters or it be Dogstalkers or Cyberbots, there are portraits or pictures of these games, right? When they're being made, just design choices, nice little, screenplay, screenshots, storyboards. They have little animation breakdowns for certain moves or how moves are performed. Really nice, neat little info, and I absolutely love that. I'm a big fan of like line art and sketches and seeing things kind of in the beginning phases, and this is just filled with it. Absolutely adore it. I mean, some games here have like 100 portraits, so it's a lot, and it's really cool. You get to kind of see the behind the scenes making of some of these titles. Now, the text is in Japanese, of course, as these are just the original scripts that came from Japan. Nonetheless, it is still really, really cool to have and see. And again, I love how it's for every title. It's not just like a generic, here are 50 cool pictures, go through them. Every title, every game has these pictures. Some more than others, of course. But still, it is cool and neat to see this process. The music also right away is really, really good. Well, first of all, I should say, of course, just the music from these games, right? All these tracks from these old school games, but they also have a Cap Jams kind of remix where they've done a couple songs. I forget how many exactly. I want to say maybe like 10 or 20, but they've remixed a couple of these songs in this new Cap Jam formula or format, and the songs sound fantastic. Not every one, but most of them. Some a little better than others, but still for the most part, really, really cool. I just wish that when you are playing these songs in the jukebox, when you kind of exited out the jukebox and you're in the main menu, that the songs would continue to play. Little pet peeve, nothing big, but I kind of wish that that happened. I hate that it just like the music's playing, you get out, and then it just stops, right? It goes back to the main menu music. I think it'd be cool if it just kind of played out, especially if you found a song you really liked, and some of them are really, really well done. So I would love for that to kind of play out. Plus, also, this one might be a little tough, but I would have loved if they gave you an option where you can kind of like switch out certain songs, right? If you can actually affect the songs that are being played in each game. Again, I know it's tough and it's not really a serious thing that needs to be done, but I think it would have just been really cool for them to add that feature, right? Kind of just give you the more customization aspect to it all. But all that stuff is good. And now let's dig into the games themselves. I've already mentioned the titles that are in this collection. Really, really, really cool games, and it is mainly a Darkstalker collection. Let's not sugarcoat it, as we've got a couple of Darkstalker games on here. But as I said also at the beginning, it is really cool though that we're getting two games that did not come here, that were strictly in Japan only. And really, the only way you were playing those is if you were in Japan or you ordered the Darkstalker collection that was on the PlayStation 2. I have that collection, so I wasn't as, I guess, blown away or amazed at playing these titles, but still, I am a huge, huge fan. So, didn't really matter. Cool, bought them again and still enjoyed them. The games all play fantastic. They play like their arcade original counterparts. So, however you remember playing this when you were a kid or when you were in the arcades, it plays exactly the same. I do love how they give you multiple filter options. So if you want to have scan lines, you can. I prefer not to. So whenever I play, I do take the scan lines off. So that is really cool. And then also the resolution for the screens, if you wanted to have them smaller, to kind of fit the to make them look better, right? Because remember, these are old sprites and old graphics that aren't supposed to be displayed on these high definition televisions. They're supposed to be on a CRT TV. So obviously, when you put them on a high definition television, the sprites don't really look as great and the image kind of shows its age. But they've got all types of different resolutions, so you can try to adjust and however play you want to play. So I thought that was really cool. And yeah, man, I just had a blast playing this game. As I said before, the games play fantastic. There's training mode for all of these titles, which is really, really cool because, as you know, the arcade versions of these games do not have a training mode. It was only whenever these titles got ported to the consoles versions that we got a training mode. So it's awesome that we get to practice with the original arcade ROMs. And then, as you know, there is online, we have lobbies, and then we have rollback netcode, which means the online is fantastic. Now, I will admit, fully 100% admit, full disclosure, I have not gone online with the games yet, so I can't for sure say that the matches are perfect, but I've got a lot of friends who have this game. I've seen a lot of people also on YouTube who have this game, and from everyone that I've spoken to, sorry, they've said that the online is, as I said, perfect, or at least just really, really good. I don't want to say perfect because nothing's ever perfect, but it feels good, right? It's not like Street Fighter 5 where you have some matches that are fantastic, and then you, quite frankly, have some matches that are god awful and make you want to shoot the game. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's what I've been told. I haven't experienced it yet. I'm not really a big online player, so that wasn't really a main concern of mine. I mainly just got these games because I love these games. I am a fan. I want to support the company, especially as of late because Capcom has been definitely hitting it out the park. I mean, it's really great to be a Capcom fan at this moment. So I want to show my support. And more importantly, I want to show my support for these types of collections because I would love it if at some point Capcom did another collection, right? And that goes to my only real big critique of this title. Great, I love it. I actually didn't realize how much I would like it and how much I miss these games and these style of games. But my big critique is that I just wish there was more. I wish it was bigger. You would think, man, 10 games, that's a lot, man. What do you mean? Yeah, it is, but it does kind of suck that half of those games are just Darkstalker games. As much as I love this series and franchise, it does kind of suck that it takes up a bulk of the games. It's like having a fighting collection, and they've got Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Championship Edition, Street Fighter Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2. It's kind of like, unless this is a Street Fighter centric collection, it feels like you're kind of taking up too many slots. So, that definitely is a little bit of a bummer. And as I said, is my only critique, because as I was playing it, I just felt this urge and need to, like, hey, I want to pop in some of these other Capcom classic games, like, I don't know, the Versus series, X-Men Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, or Alpha. I kind of wanted to be a one-stop, one-shop all for just, Capcom fighting games, right? I mean, it's cool that we've got, 30th anniversary collection of Street Fighter. I could just pop that in. Got Capcom Stadium collection, just pop that in, and now we got this. But I kind of wish it was all housed in one roof, right, under one umbrella. And I definitely wish it was bigger. Maybe make it 12 games, 15 games, I don't know, or just, I mean, I know it's tough, but maybe just kind of shrink the Darkstalker games, right? Maybe just put Vampire Savior in there, seeing as that's like the most popular Darkstalker game. I definitely love it. For me, it's my favorite one. So maybe just put that, and then kind of just put others. But I get it. I understand. And look, the game is fantastic. That's all I can say. As much as I wish it was bigger, that's really the only critique I have. Aside from that, I'm really having a blast. I love it. I play it every other day. Um, and again, I didn't realize how much I missed these titles. And I definitely think if you're a Capcom fan, definitely buy it. Or if you're just a fighting game fan, right? Especially if you're a fan of 2D fighting games, I for sure think you should go and buy this. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's definitely worth the money. When I purchased it, it wasn't full price. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's a $60 game, but I bought it for $40, and I'm pretty sure my brother did as well. We have it multiple times over. We got it on Xbox. He has it on his PS4. Got it on my PS4. The only thing we haven't gotten it on yet, and we even have it digitally too. I forgot. We got a digital version. The only thing we haven't gotten it for is the Switch, which we will get that eventually, because again, I love it and want to support and want to just have it on multiple platforms. So great game, great fun. You love 2D action, you love Capcom. You will not be disappointed with this, and in fact, you will just want more. It's really well done. It's not like the 30th anniversary, which, to be honest, I was disappointed with the way it was handled. It felt really rushed and just thrown out there. This is not the case. This is much better, and I believe it was made by the people who did the Capcom Beat 'em Ups collection, which was also a really well done collection. So I had plenty of faith going in, and that faith has been restored, because it's awesome. It is awesome. So I'm loving it. If I had to review it and give it a score, I would for sure say 4.5 out of 10, 4.5 out of 5, I'm sorry. And if it was out of 10, I would say like 9.5 out of 10. The reason why I don't give it a perfect score is, like I said, I wish there was more. With Darkstalkers taking up so many titles, it feels like realistically there's only like 5 or 4 games on here. And then also the little nitpicking was the music in the jukebox. I wish there was more with that. I wish you can kind of like switch certain songs out, or play different soundtracks, or even, like I said, have the music play while you're in the menu. But again, that is a state nitpick. Either way, this is a fantastic title. I'm loving it so much, and I think you will too. I think you will love it if you are a fighting game fan, right? Fighting game fan. I mean, if you're a 3D fighting game fan, you might not. This might not be for you. But if you're a 2D fighting game fan, this is definitely where it's at. This is heaven. And I only hope this is only the beginning. I hope at some point we do get a versus style collection. We get X-Men, Marvel Superheroes, Chosen the Atoms, Marvel's Capcom. And then also I hope we get like a 3D collection, right? We get the games like Power Stones and Techromancer and Star Gladiator and Rival Schools and EX, Street Fighter EX, I should say. I think that'd be really cool. So, yep, you get double thumbs up from me. If you guys enjoy this, please give it a like, subscribe, share. Let me know in the comments what you think or thought about it. Hopefully you got the title. Are you going to get it? Is it everything that you wished and hoped for and dreamed of? Or did you find it lacking for whatever reason? Let me know. I'm always down to hear different opinions and different ideas and thoughts. As I said before, my name is Shoryuken, and I would really appreciate it if you would help me out, support, and like. I'm close to 200 subscribers. It's not a whole lot, but for me, it is, as I started this YouTube journey just a couple months ago. So I really appreciate the support and help, and let's keep going. So with that, I want y'all to take care and have a wonderful rest of your day.